did you grow up with Aunt Jemima? I can't even fucking say it. Aunt Jemima pancake stuff mix and Uncle Ben's rice, right? Remember the original Aunt Jemima, where she had that old kerchief around her head, that old rag thing on her head, and she was all fat and had the big ass grin, right? Did you grow up with that? I did. Aunt Jemima pancake mix. Yes, sir. Aunt Jemima. Woo. And not so much Uncle Ben's rice. I was aware of Uncle Ben's rice, this dark-skinned man with the white hair, and I mean, for the longest time in my life, that was my exposure to black people in media, on the side of a fucking box, right? Because there was some white people who pretended to be black folk on radio. My parents used to listen to Amos and Andy, and then when it came on television, damn, they're real black people. But Aunt Jemima, Aunt Jemima, woo, and Uncle Ben, Aunt and Uncle, which, that was a Southern thing. That's what you called the house workers. I'll use the word worker. That's what you called the house workers, Uncle and Aunt. And we loved our mammy. We loved old Ben. Yes, we did. She was just like one of the family. Well, no, she wasn't. But anyway, for decades, Quaker Oats knew that one of its major brands, Aunt Jemima, was built on racist imagery. They knew. I mean, they knew what they were doing. God damn it. This was in the New York Times the other day. The company, Quaker Oats, says here, inched toward fixing the problem over the years, replacing the kerchief on Aunt Jemima's character's head with a plaid waistband in 1968. And then in 1989, added pearl earrings and a lace collar. Ow! Pearl earrings and a lace collar on Auntie Jemima. Ooh, pearl earrings. But it wasn't until Wednesday of this week that Quaker Oats announced it would drop the Aunt Jemima name and change the packaging. Well, I'll be goddamn. Really? I mean, is that what the death of all these folks who have been shot down in the street, is that one of the benefits? We're going to never have to look at Aunt Jemima again? Well, I guess that's a step in the right direction, isn't it? Huh? But let me go on here, please. The decision, according to the New York Times, the decision by Quaker Oats to remake the pancake mix and syrup brand. Because they use what's their syrup? Oh, Mrs. Butterworth. That's right, Mrs. Butterworth syrup. Have you ever seen a picture of Mrs. Butterworth? Then you know what I'm talking about. These brands were founded in 1889, and the decision to change all this shit has to do with the widespread protests against racism that are reverberating around this country and around the world, for that matter. There's a lot of this shit going on, right? So that has led to changes in these capitalist pigs in the corporate world, and the smashing of statues that depict these traitorous fucking dogs that were called Confederate generals. God damn, boy, does that piss me off. Now, Quaker Oats, which has been owned by PepsiCo since 2001, announced its decision on Aunt Jemima Days after a TikTok video describing the brand's history was shared widely on social media. Yeah, there's nothing capitalist motherfuckers hate worse than to have the nature of what they're trying to sell and how they're trying to sell it exposed. As long as they can keep that shit a secret and just rake in the money, they don't care what. We don't give a shit. What's wrong with Aunt Jemima? Big old black woman. So what? So a lot of things. But let me go on. In getting rid of the name and the character, Aunt Jemima and the black woman who now has earrings, pearl motherfucking earrings, dude. But in deciding to get rid of it, the company acknowledged that Aunt Jemima's origins were, quote, based on a racial stereotype, end quote. No. I'll be goddamned. Is that right? Is that right, Quaker Oats? That it was based on a racial stereotype? You mean, what? You mean to tell me that your Aunt Jemima was based on some mammy character, that some enslaved woman that was owned by white folk? Really? Who'd have guessed that? Jesus Christ. Based on a racial stereotype. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to The Ranting with the audio podcast, or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.